What's going on, everybody? In today's video, I want to take a look at how much the Pelicans' outlook changes with Zion Williamson set to return. As we all know, Zion Williamson missed the entire 21-22 campaign with a foot injury, and since being drafted first overall in 2019, Zion has only been able to play in 85 games. Last season without Zion, the Pelicans were able to turn their season around after a horrid start and finish 36-46. Despite being 10 games under 500, the Pelicans were able to qualify for the postseason by way of back-to-back wins in the play-in tournament. Under first-year head coach Willie Green, the Pelicans got major contributions from Brandon Ingram, who absolutely shined in his first postseason, rookie Herb Jones, who proved to be a stellar defender right away despite being drafted in the second round, veteran bruiser Jonas Valanciunas, and CJ McCollum, who they acquired via trade during the season. In this breakdown, I'll be looking at the area Zion will instantly make this team better, how he fits with some of his notable teammates, and where I believe the Pelicans will now stack up in the West. The primary area where Zion helps make this team markedly better is through his rim pressure, which will help New Orleans in three key areas. First off, New Orleans will get a major efficiency boost, adding a player that shot over 13 restricted area shots per game at around 67%, which ranked first by a wide margin. No other player was in double-digit attempts that season. For comparison, Giannis shot 9.3 attempts per game in the restricted area in that same 21 season. Zion's relentless approach in getting to the rim is a big reason why New Orleans took 41.8% of their shots per cleaning the glass at the rim in 2021, which was also comfortably first place. That staggering number Zion posted speaks to his unique blend of mass, power, quickness, and vertical explosion. Just look at this drive from the preseason. The second area where Zion's rim pressure will certainly help is when he collapses defense and creates open looks for a team that desperately needs it. Per cleaning the glass, New Orleans was 25th in both corner three-point frequency and above the break three-point frequency, and 26th overall. Part of the issue is the Pelicans roster isn't stocked with much shooting talent, but missing a force like Zion all of last season definitely made it easier for defenses to stay home. More on this point in a second. And lastly, Zion's rim pressure will help double down on an area where the Pelicans are arguably the league's best. In 2021 with Zion, the Pelicans led the league in offensive rebound percentage at 28.8%, and in 2022 without Zion, but with Jonas Valanciunas added to the fold, the Pelicans ranked 4th in the same stat. Zion's unreal second jump allows him to follow up his own misses, and with him constantly drawing over a shot blocker to contest his drives, he opens up a path for putback opportunities for a player like JV. Zion's reintegration to this team will allow us to see him alongside some new faces for the first time. JV will be Zion's starting frontcourt partner, and their fit will be very interesting to watch. Unlike Steven Adams, JV is better able to self-create with his back to the basket if teams dare to put a smaller guy on him like they did on Steven Adams in 2021, often putting centers on Zion to prevent him from getting to the basket. Jonas is an elite offensive rebounder in his own right, like we touched on, but he also has flashed the ability to step out and knock down the occasional shot from the perimeter. Offensively, this pairing will be able to dominate just off of brute force. Defensively is where this pairing will certainly be tested. They'll be tested in ball screen action, out in space, and in transition. As of now, Zion and JV are not stoppers, but Willie Green does have options he can turn to when JV proves to be unplayable. Jackson Hayes and Larry Nance are two examples of players who are better athletes who offer you better scheme versatility and can hold up better on a switch if needed. Moving on, if you ask me, Zion's partnership with co-star Brandon Ingram will be what determines how high this team's ceiling ultimately goes. In their 1,259 minutes they shared together on the court in 2021, the Pelicans posted a positive plus 3.2 net rating with an offensive rating of 119. Due to absences, Zion and BI have only played a grand total of 81 games together, so there's reason to believe they can be even better. One of the biggest changes for BI in 21 and 22 was how much of a noticeable drop-off there was in three-point frequency and three-point percentage. BI's self-creation reps certainly will still be a part of this offense going forward, but Zion creating him some easy looks doesn't hurt either. Zion will also get to officially play with CJ McCollum for the first time when the regular season kicks off. CJ's arrival gives this Pelicans team much needed ball handling, perimeter shot creation, and secondary playmaking. CJ did shoot 43.1% on catch and shoot threes last season, but only on 3.4 attempts per game. If Zion pushes CJ off the ball a little bit more, that number could certainly rise, and that would be a big boost for a team that needs it. CJ's 3-level scoring ability could also make him an intriguing fit next to Zion the screener in two-man game. Zion scored a very efficient 1.18 points per possession as a rollman, but he was only used as a rollman in 5.6% of the time in 2021. This is certainly a number I would like to see go up. So with that being said, what are my question marks for the Pelicans this season? What's going to be the things that make or break this year for them? First, with the force Zion is able to generate with his unique body type, are the Pelicans going to have to load manage him even when he's healthy in a similar fashion to Kawhi Leonard just to keep him fresh and healthy? Because if he's playing 60-ish games, what does that mean for the Pelicans' regular season outlook and ultimate playoff seeding? Second, if Zion is generating open three-pointers, who's actually going to capitalize on these looks? Will Devontae Graham have a bounce-back season? Can Trey Murphy continue to ascend and build off a solid year one showing? Will CJ and BI shoot more spot-up threes from the attention Zion draws? This factor, coupled with the Pelicans' elite rim finishing and second chance scoring, could catapult this offense to new heights. Third, does New Orleans not having a proven traditional point guard limit this team's ceiling? Zion, BI, and CJ will primarily initiate offense for this group, but it's still something to watch for. And lastly, will this team be able to get stops? Herb Jones can't defend everyone, their most notable pieces aren't known as defensive stoppers, and this team has ranked 20th and 23rd in defensive efficiency over the past 2 seasons. Willie Green has others he can turn to, but there's almost always a trade-off in other areas when you take out the team's best offensive players. I'm a fan of this young Pelicans team, and I believe Zion is poised to absolutely dominate this season. The Pelicans have talent at every level, and the franchise looks ready to build off the momentum of last year's playoff appearance. Even with their franchise player returning, the West is absolutely loaded. I think my realistic range for this team is between seeds 6 through 8, either a play-in team or a team that narrowly avoids it and gets in the dance. If you made it to the end of this video, I hope you enjoyed and you learned something new. Comment down below what you think Zion will average this season and whether or not the Pelicans will make the postseason again. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.